Well, um, some pretty crazy news. Jim Harbaugh, head coach at Michigan, not anymore at least. um, he's gone. He's leaving Michigan. Leaving the head coaching position at Michigan to go coach at the Los Angeles Chargers in the NFL. This hit me out of nowhere. Like I was looking at my phone. I was on my phone when the breaking news notification popped up on ESPN, and it didn't show me the full notification, but all I saw was breaking news: Jim Harbaugh, and I was like, "What's going on?" And yeah, he's leaving for the Los Angeles Chargers. Before I get into my feelings about it, I do want to say to Jim Harbaugh, thank you for your service at Michigan, for the 9 seasons you were there. I especially want to thank you for the last 3 seasons. The last 3 seasons were magical and awesome to be a part of, and still, in a way, winning the Natty in 2023 didn't feel real. Like, it's just crazy to me that we really went 15-0 and won it all. Because I wasn't even sure, even 5 years ago, if that was ever going to happen, and especially in 2020, when Michigan was at its, I would say, the lowest they'd ever been in a long, long time. I never thought it would happen, especially under Jim Harbaugh. But Jim Harbaugh came back after the 2020 season, when a lot of coaches probably would have left. A lot of coaches probably would have gotten the hell out. Screw it, this isn't working. I'm going to go back to the NFL where I know I was successful. This is not working for me. He didn't do that. He took a pay cut. He changed everything. He changed the coaches. He changed the culture. And led Michigan to 3 straight wins over Ohio State, 3 straight Big Ten championships, a Rose Bowl win over Alabama, and a national championship that culminated in a 15-0 season. He went 40-3 in the last 3 seasons at Michigan. It's just, including 2 back-to-back undefeated regular seasons, which is unreal. So thank you to Jim Harbaugh. How do I feel about it? I guess I kind of expected this in a way, especially after J.J. McCarthy announced he was going to the NFL draft, which I don't blame him for, and I already made my video about that. After he announced it, I kind of had an idea that Harbaugh would probably be leaving too. I don't know. I just feel like they probably talked, and J.J. was like, should I come back for my senior season, or should I just, call it quits here and go to the NFL? Him and Jim probably had a conversation, and Jim was probably like, right now I'm leaning towards the NFL. I'm most likely gone. And JJ made his decision based off of that. So I was kind of expecting this for at least the last few weeks, and even before the national championship, even before the playoffs started, I with all the sign stealing stuff and the investigations and all these punishments that are supposedly going to come out against Jim Harbaugh, I kind of was like, if he doesn't win a Natty, if he doesn't win it all this year, he's probably, if he wins it all, I should say, if he wins it all, if he wins a Natty, he's probably out of here. Now, honestly, he probably would have been gone regardless, just because he wants to get away with it. But, he ended it on a high note. He ended it really in the most perfect way possible. And you kind of, I don't blame him in a way. I wouldn't want to come back and ruin what I finished. You know what I'm saying? Like, as Michigan fans, as a Michigan fan, it sucks. You don't want to see your national championship winning head coach leave. But, great things don't last forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same thing happened with Lloyd Carr left, when Bo Schembechler left, and, Michigan had some down years. Now, that's the thing. I don't expect Michigan to be like after Lloyd Carr left and Rich Rodriguez took over and Michigan went from being a great 9-10 win team to being in the dumpster winning 3-4 games a year. I just don't think that's going to happen. Michigan's just too talented. So that's kind of how I feel about that. Now, how do I feel? Where do I think Michigan goes from here? Who do you who gets hired next? In all honesty, I think it's Sharon Moore, the offensive coordinator. He is already 4-0 as Michigan's head coach. Granted, it's with a national championship winning team. But he was there to coach Michigan against Penn State, Ohio State, Maryland, and even the Bowling Green game early on when Harbaugh had his first suspension. I expect Sharon Moore to take over. We don't know for sure as of right now. As of recording, we still have no idea. But it's a possibility that he could take over, and I would say he is the favorite right now. Outside of him, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who we would hire if he were to not take the job or he would leave or whatever. I'm sure Michigan's going to offer him money to stay and take over. In terms of the other coaches, the rumor right now is that Jim is going to take Jesse Minter with him to the NFL. He's going to take Jay Harbaugh with him. So, and the thing I heard about Jesse Minter was that he was coming back to Michigan. I guess that isn't true. That was not a real thing, and I seem like a liar because I told some people I know that Jesse Minter was coming back when that has not even been confirmed yet, and that the going rumor right now is that he's going to the Chargers with Jim, along with Jay Harbaugh. But yeah, that's basically all we know as of right now. Within the next few days, within the next few weeks, whatever it is, we should know who our new head coach is. I would think they're not going to waste a lot of time. One thing I learned too is because Harbaugh is leaving, they opened up the transfer portal to Michigan players for the next 30 days. Now, no player has answered the transfer portal right now, but I mean, this literally just came out like a few hours ago, so I don't expect to hear anything about that anytime soon, and maybe within the next few days we'll see some guys go into the transfer portal. I don't think we're going to lose a lot of guys, but I mean, we'll see what happens, and hopefully, and to try and get some positivity out of this video, hopefully Sharon Moore, if he is hired at Michigan, can continue the culture at Michigan and continue the success that Jim Harbaugh started. And you know what? Jim Harbaugh had confidence in Sharon Moore to lead the entire team when he was out, including those 3 huge games at the end of the year. And if Jim Harbaugh trusts Sharon Moore, then I trust Sharon Moore. So we'll see what happens, and yeah.